My mother left behind three things when she died: her journal, her locket, and a music box she told me never to open. She pressed it into my hands with trembling fingers, her eyes wide with something I'd never seen before, pure fear. She said it was cursed, claimed it belonged to her twin sister, Eleanor, who vanished when she was 7. The townspeople whispered of a melody, so beautiful it lured children into the mist, and never returned them. "Whisper, promise me," she begged. "Promise you'll never wind it up." I nodded. I was 21, brimming with the confidence of youth. Of course I promised. Nights in that house were empty, though not quiet. I thought I heard singing in the hall, distant, childlike, but whenever I opened the door, the corridor was empty. When I moved into her old Victorian house last autumn, I found the box on a dusty shelf in the attic, nestled between moth-eaten teddy bears and yellowed photographs. I ran my fingers over the carvings, delicate vines crawling over a child's face. My heart fluttered. A warning carved in wood. Softly, I left it there for a week. Nights in that house were empty, though not quiet. First night, I thought I heard singing in the hall, distant, childlike, but whenever I opened the door, the corridor was empty. Second night, the same melody, softer. I chalked it up to my imagination. On the third night, as rain lashed against the window panes, I sat on my bed reading her journal. My mother's shaky handwriting described Eleanor's final days, how the music box would play by itself, filling their bedroom at midnight. She was so enchanted, so entranced. I couldn't pull her away. My blood ran cold. Whispering, that was the night I found the key. Inside her locket, hidden behind a faded portrait, was a tiny iron key. I should have thrown it away, but curiosity burned too bright. I climbed to the attic one more time, heart pounding like a funeral drum. I slid the key into the lock. It fit perfectly. The lid creaked open. Soft click. I turned the little knob. A single note rang out, pure crystalline. Then another, and another, until the full melody unfolded. "Lullaby, close your eyes, drift away." I froze. The attic light flickered. Shadows danced on the walls. I tried to lift the lid, but my fingers felt heavy. The music pulled at me, a gentle tug at my mind, whispering, "Go to sleep." That night, I dreamed of a little girl in white, long hair covering her face, standing at the foot of my bed. She sang the lullaby, her voice hollow, echoing as if from underwater. I woke in a sweat, the melody still ringing in my ears. Moonlight slanted across my blankets, shaping her silhouette. By morning, I felt different. A cold pit of dread sat in my chest. I tore through my mother's journal. "If you hear it at midnight, do not follow. If you wake to someone singing, do not look. Lock your doors. Pray for dawn." But it was too late. That evening, as the sun sank, I heard a rhythm behind my bedroom door, a soft ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The sound of a winding key. I crept into the hallway. The door at the end, the one to Eleanor's old bedroom, stood ajar. A pale glow seeped through the crack. Softly, I should have turned back, but I stepped inside. The walls were lined with crayon drawings, childlike figures, twisted limbs, all crossing out their eyes. In the center, a portrait of two little girls holding hands. My mother, her twin, their faces scratched out. And on an old dresser, the music box playing on its own. The little girl in white stood beside it, Eleanor. She turned, eyes glowing black, whispering, "Come, play with me." I tried to run, but my legs wouldn't move. The box's melody swelled, drowning out my heartbeat. Pause. Eleanor reached for my hand. I screamed. I jolted awake in my bed, the lid of the music box on the floor beside me silent. Morning light poured through the window. My throat burned from shouting. I grabbed the box and ran to the journal. To break the curse, you must silence the music. Destroy it in the fire where it was forged. But where was that? The journal described an old blacksmith's workshop on the outskirts of town, the only place cold enough to unmake iron by flame and water. I grabbed a backpack, tossed the box inside, and ran into the dawn. At the forge, I built a small fire in the empty furnace. I placed the music box on the coals. Soft click, the lid sprang open, playing that lullaby one last time. Eleanor's voice, clear and full of longing. "Don't leave me." My hand shook as I raised a hammer, whispering, "I'm sorry." I brought it down. The box shattered. The melody cut off mid-note. A scream echoed through the workshop. Her scream, then a whisper. "Thank you." A cold wind gusted through the broken windows. When I looked around, the forge was empty. I gathered the shards, buried them under hot ash, and left. Softly. When I returned home, the music box was gone. In its place, on my bedside table, lay a single porcelain rose, Eleanor's favorite toy. No note, no explanation. Some nights, when the wind howls, I think I hear a faint lullaby, but it fades. Pause. I learned that curiosity can unearth curses, or end them. But I promise you this, I will never touch a music box again.